What's up, you bald-headed children? Today I'm with my girlfriend, and today we are at Target, and we're gonna be getting some Halloween cookies to bake. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so we have two options. We have this one and we have this one. I think we should go with this one. All right, guys. So we are now back. Lily got us some costumes. Check us out.
Okay, Gio, you're ripping the arms.
I'm ripping the arms.
Wait, why did this fit when I was there?
Well, it clearly fits you.
Wait,
look at this.
Show them right here. His whole pit is out.
What the hell is this?
Ass pit.
You expect me to wear this?
Wait, I really did not know these were gonna be this small.
Well, what the hell did you expect? This is for 10-year-olds. Look at this.
Suck it in. Oh, Gio, I was gonna return them. Put your hat on, queen. Put your hat on, queen.
Does it fit now?
Oh yeah, it definitely fits. Look at that, Gio. You done ripped it.
How does it look? It fits better. For sure.
Cause you done ripped it. But just Sergio!
I'm trying to make it fit a little better.
What in the SpongeBob I ripped my pants ass thing are you doing?
What the Alright guys, today we are building a haunted mansion.
I am House of Ravenclaw, BT dubs.
Pretty sure you've said that like a billion times.
Pretty sure I want them to know.
Alright. Help me out, okay?
What is it we building? Oh, Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Fun fact, me and Gio built one of these last year. Off camera, huh?
Yeah.
At a park. You ripped my shit. I was supposed to return them. Gio.
What the hell?
Holding on by a string. That's how I am holding on to my life.
Oh heck no.
Baddies, pose for me. Ass fat, slim, thick, no tummy.
Alright, hold on.
Who is Martha Stewart? And why is that bitch on my pan?
I don't know.
What does it say her name?
Maybe she made the pan.
What? Did she make it by hand?
Probably.
Or does she need a man? Oh.
Oh, you just rhymed that real quick.
And Gio's obsessed with Clash of Clans. Oh.
No, that one wasn't good.
What the fuck? You're really about to get into it, aren't you?
Yeah, we gotta get into this. What are you talking
Why
about?
didn't it already come in the fucking bag? Why you gotta do all this to transfer?
Cause it's part of the process, the experience. You can't just expect it to be fully built in the box.
You know what, Gio? You're right. You teach me things every day.
I know.
One thing you taught me today is I'm one step closer to. Oh my god, I popped my neck.
Excuse me, lady, can you help me?
Nah. It looks like charcoal. Like charcoal mixed with water mushed into a mud pie.
Right.
It looks like fucking caca. You know, I wanted to be a baker so bad as a kid. I always wanted piping bags like this.
Oh my god.
But I couldn't buy them, so.
Oh my gosh.
Let me finish. So I couldn't buy piping bags, so I had to use fucking Ziploc bags. I had to cut them. Why are you laughing?
Huh?
Just because you're rich and bougie?
No, what are you talking about? I didn't even know what baking was. That's how poor I was.
You're hella dumb.
I'm not being for real. I didn't.
Oven.
No, I
Look,
didn't.
it looks green a little bit.
We had an oven, but it didn't even work. We had it at a store. It was a storage unit for us.
Really? It didn't work? So
No,
how'd
it
your
didn't
mom
work.
cook?
You don't need an oven to cook everything,
You could.
sweetheart.
You could
The
get
stove?
an oven to use stuff.
What?
So what was like one thing that you got baked a lot when you were a kid, or like made? Like,
Flan. That's
you don't gotta bake that shit?
No.
No way, you don't have to bake flan.
My mom would make it on the stove.
Oh really?
Yeah.
All right, it's ready. We turned off the camera to talk more in depth about what we were just talking about Gio not even having an oven when he was a kid. And I just feel like you could definitely tell a difference between the oldest sibling and a middle child or the last sibling. I just feel like I hear Gio talking a lot about like his life and how he grew up and how different we both are, and obviously how privileged I am to have lived a better life than he had. But it makes me very sad. I'm probably gonna cry. It makes me very sad because I know other people have to go through that same issue where you guys don't have enough money for food or money for toys or money for anything, but it's not your fault as a child. It's not your fault. And I feel like Gio growing up, like, he had to grow up faster than a lot of other kids, because like when you're like the first child, like they put so much on you, and it's not even like his parents were like, Gio, worry about the bills and stuff, but as a kid you obviously see what your parents go through and you want to help them better their life, and it's just very saddening because like I see those traits still in Gio. Like he's trying to help his family still, and I feel like as a kid it's not your responsibility to have to help your family come out of poverty. It's not your responsibility, but I know because of the better jobs nowadays, you can help your family, and I think it's beautiful that Gio wants to continue to help his family and give them a better life. But I just want to say to the kids out there, I'm sorry about your life situation, and I'm sorry about how you live, but none of that is your fault. And it's never going to be your fault because you didn't even choose to be here on this earth. So yeah, me and Gio were just talking about that. And I love you so much, Gio. And I'm grateful for Gio for telling me about everything that he's gone through. And like, it's not a competition of who's lived a worse life, but I just think it's very saddening to know that like, while I was worrying about baking and saving up for a blender, Gio had to think about how he was going to get his family out of poverty, or like how they would get food the next day. And he put so much of his family issues on himself, and I feel like he didn't really get to have a childhood. So I honestly think God put us in the same path so I can like help Gio become more of a free spirit and like heal his inner child, and like Gio can show me that like I should be more grateful with my life and what I've gone through, you know. But I think like continuing on, I will help Gio heal his inner child, you know. Ew, that thing just shitted. So disgusting.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie though, I feel like Lily was talking to me about it right now and I never realized it. Like how, like my whole mentality, my whole life has just been based off of like trying to succeed. Like I was never really just there and able to like enjoy my childhood the way I would have wanted, and I never even realized it. Like the whole time I've just been trying to find a way to succeed and be able to help my family, and I think it's like crazy that I never realized it. Like it's what I've done literally like my whole life, and I didn't even realize it till she said it right now.
I just feel like I've been analyzing Gio, and like me and Gio, we do get in depth about a lot of things, but I just feel like I've like interpreted like the way he thinks, the way he is, like is for a reason, because like as a child you were forced to be an adult, not by your parents, you know. Obviously I know that your parents weren't like go to work, but it's just like when you see your parents struggle, you want to do the best for them, you want to help them and stuff. So you just have a lot on your plate as a kid, and I feel like he didn't worry about, oh, when's the next time I'm gonna buy a toy, or when's this. No, he's worrying about how can I become successful to help my family. And I think that's very saddening that you had to think like that while I was baking and worrying about how can I save up for a blender. Like you didn't have a childhood. And I told you like moving forward, because like we've both realized this, like we can help each other, and I think like I want to help him heal his inner child and like be a child again, you know. No matter what age you are, you can heal your inner child, and it could actually help you mentally. Like believe it or not, it can. And I'm very sorry that you didn't have a childhood, honey, but you got me now, and we could get that for you, you know. It's never too late.
I feel like something that I always talk to my dad about too, and I feel like a lot of the times like it's hard for me to even think about it, because I can't even just like think about it and talk about it like straight. Like I feel like a lot of the times I'll just think about it and I don't want to think about it because it like sometimes it can make me emotional. But my dad tells me that when I was a kid, like he would almost be the one begging me to like get a toy, but I would never want to because like I saw them struggling. And like he told me like I would just look at the toys, like I would just stare at them and you would see that and you would like want to buy me a toy, but I never wanted it because I didn't want to spend their money.
because you know what they went through. And that's what's saddening, is like you had to witness all of that. And I noticed that too, like you can always tell who's the older sibling and who isn't by the way someone carries themselves. Like the more serious, put together people are always the first child. The more careless and just like random chaotic kids are always the kids after the first child. Because my sister, they put a lot on my sister, and that's why she is the way she is today. And I have literally all my friends are first child. How would you say that? First children. So you could tell they're way more serious and stuff. And I'm always like, come on guys, let loose. But they can't, because I feel like that was just like engraved in your mind. Like you just became an adult at such a young age that like you can't really like change that mentality and be more careless, because as a kid you couldn't even be careless as a kid, so how could you do that now, right? But that's why I feel like God put us in each other's lives, so you could teach me how to be more grateful, and I could teach you how to heal your inner child and be more careless and free and more happy.
Right.
That's why me and Gio don't match energies, but we can. But just like sometimes it takes a lot in Gio, which hurts my heart, because like I know what he gone through, and I know what so many other people go through, and why they can't really let loose and be kids. Do you have anything to say?
I don't know, I just feel like Lily made me realize a lot about myself. Like with this topic, like I never really like thought about it the way that she's explaining it. Like I was just like so in my world about it. Like I was just like trying to find a way. Like I was just trying to find a way the whole time, and I didn't even realize it.
Because it's your norm. It's your normal. For me, it's not my normal. Because like when Gio was like, oh, I'm gonna get my parents to live a better life, I've always questioned like, why do you feel like you need to do that? And then now I know, because that's how it's always been for you in your mind and stuff. You always thinking about how can I better my family's life, instead of just like living in the moment and just enjoying it. You couldn't enjoy it because your parents were worrying about how you were going to eat, how you were going to pay the bills, how you're going to do this and this and this. It's always going to be engraved in your mind, because that's how you were as a kid.
And I remember when I was younger, like my parents were literally this close to going back to Mexico, and I would have been over there like right now.
I'm glad that they didn't.
And literally the only reason why that didn't happen is because my dad didn't give up. Like he just kept going, and I think it's just insane. Like I literally owe it all to him. And I remember like Lily's always like, why are you doing that? Like she always thought that it was like my
not
parents
in a bad way. Yeah, not in a bad way. I thought his parents were kind of like forcing him, like, Gio, since you have a better job, like figure out how you're gonna take us out of here. I always thought it was that way. But one thing that I just shrugged my head about is you're like, I gotta thank my dad for that. Like that's one thing I told Gio. Like, how can I explain this? You don't owe your parents anything. That's the only thing I have to tell you guys. You did not put yourself on this earth. Your parents chose to bring you here. So don't say, oh, thankful to my dad we didn't go back to my... No. Like, your parents are supposed to give you the best life. You can't give them the best life. Well, now Gio's giving them a best life, which is amazing, which you should do. But I feel like since the beginning, your parents should be the ones trying to give you the best life, you know?
Trust me, my dad has always tried, like...
No, I know, but I'm just saying... Like, no, but hold on. I'm just saying, you know, like, I love that you do that. That's why I was always confused about them. Like, wait, Gio, are they putting you up to this? But he was like, no, it's something that I want to do. But it's because this is Gio's dream as a kid. Like, I feel like one thing that will let you rest in peace in your whole life is just knowing that you got your parents or your family to live a great life, right? And it just makes me sad, because it's just like your parents are the ones that's supposed to give you a better life, but because of Gio's opportunities and stuff, because they brought him over here and stuff, like you're able to give them a better life, which is beautiful. But please don't, or you guys don't ever feel like you owe your parents anything, because you don't. That's all I have to say. But carry on what you were.
Well, it's not that I owe them anything. I just feel like they deserve it. You know, like my dad, like growing up, like early teens, like. I wanted to get my first job at 14. You know that?
Yeah.
That was when I was gonna start. I was trying to get a job at Popeyes, and my dad was like, "Don't do it. Like, I want you to like." He literally, like, he was telling me he just wants me to focus on my craft. Like, just enjoy your life. Like right now that I'm still here, like try to be more free. Like he would always tell me like he just wants me to enjoy my life, and he didn't want me to ever like have to pay bills as long as he was around. Like he never, even when I turned 18, he never wanted me to pay bills or anything of that sort. Like it's not like he wins like a whole lot of money, because he doesn't, but like he just always put me and my sister first. Like he would always, like, he sacrificed so much for us, you know, and he's never asked for anything in return, so that's why I want to like do that for him at least, you know.
But one thing that I do think is that no parent should ever ask anything for return, because they brought you into this life.
He never has though. He never has. That's why.
Good job.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why he deserves it. Cause he's always literally tried to do everything for us, and he has.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, because there's so many people out there, like their parents, like people's parents, act like kids owe them shit when they don't.
Yeah, but
which is different for your situation. Obviously, they're not asking you to. That's why you want to do it for them. But I'm just saying, for the kids out there who are forced to like feel like they need to do things for their parents, you know, your parents are supposed to give you a head over your a roof over your head and stuff. Because I hate when like I've seen a lot of clips of like parents being like, well, I put a roof over your head, but it's like, bitch, you're a parent, you're supposed to do that. If you don't, you're going to fucking jail, bitch. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, my dad always did that, you know. Like I said, he's always been like a great father, and he's always like taking care of us. And obviously, like I said, like it's not like he ever asked for that, you know. Like I'm literally just, I want to do it because I know that that's what he deserves.
But that's the thing though, when you see your parents struggle as a kid, you want to do the best you can for them. But that's like what matures you at a young age, is you already thinking outside the box, like, how can I get them a better life, whatever. Like, I know Gio's parents did not put him up for it. Like, your parents seem like amazing people, but obviously the situation isn't the best, like how you guys lived. But it just makes me sad that like Gio had to go through that, and a lot of you guys have to go through that. And it's very sad, but I just feel like you don't owe anything to your parents, which Gio's amazing. He's gonna get them to a better life and stuff, but I'm just saying, for you guys, or for people who feel like they need to, you don't have to. Try worrying about yourself. But if you really want to get your parents a better life, like I say, do it, you know. Like do whatever you feel like you need to do, like to feel good. Because like Gio, what's crazy about Gio is like he wants to give them a better life. Like he doesn't even, whenever he talks about stuff like that, like, oh, I want to do this for them, he never ever involves saying, so I can be there, or like me. Like I never hear you say me or I whenever you talk about your family. I feel like it's beautiful, but it's just like, it's saddening because you feel like they deserve a better life than you, but you also deserve that great life, you know? You also deserve that, believe it or not, Gio.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just feel like I've always like, my dad's always put me first, so I feel like that's the least I could do for him back, you know?
Yeah. It just makes me sad that Gio went through stuff like that, you know?
And I feel like that shows a lot of character in Lily as well, because like she didn't go through like having that mentality as a kid, but like she's able to have like the empathy to somehow understand it, which I feel like if I hadn't experienced this, I wouldn't have been able to understand it.
Yeah, no, it's like, because Gio's the first gen here, so he obviously has it the hardest, because you're kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't know, it's because I've heard his struggle, and my parents obviously struggled before, and like I know a lot of people struggle, and it just makes me very sad, because like my uncle's struggling in Mexico too, and we help him, but it makes me so sad because he has 2 sons, and the fact that like they probably can't have the most fulfilled childhood because now they're thinking about how they're gonna get their parents to have a better life. It just saddens me, because it's just like you give up your childhood to try to help your family, but it's like you can't forget about yourself. What about your childhood, you know? And although at the time you don't think it's much, it makes a big difference in who you become when you're older, when you don't have a childhood versus when you do. But I told Gio, like, no judgment in this house. We're gonna give him a better childhood. Like, we're going to heal his inner child, right, Gio?
I feel like you've already done that a lot, like way more than you think. Like don't know, like I've always had fun making videos, and I always felt like it was the only thing I was ever like good at. Cause I genuinely, I don't think I have any like special talents or anything, but I feel like I've always given my all, and I feel like that's the only reason it's worked out. But Lily has genuinely been the one that's like made this like as amazing of a thing as it is, you know? Like I enjoy it to the fullest because I'm doing it with you too.
Thank you. Do you like the house?
This one?
Yeah, look what I put. I put 0x.
Oh shoot, I love it.
But it kind of destroyed.
Yeah, it kind of
But
broke,
hey, if you look at it from this angle,
yeah, well,
it's not that bad, right?
no, it looks amazing. Just the house broke down.
But yeah, I told Gio this is a great subject to talk about with you guys because I know a lot of you guys probably go through the same thing. I just want you guys to know that nothing that has happened in your life is your fault. It's never your fault, and it never will be your fault. It's like it's so sad because other people go through it too. I just wish everybody could just be kids, you know, not being robbed of their childhood.
And I feel like one thing that I noticed about Lily too is that why is it falling apart? Is that like even if she hasn't experienced something, it's like she feels for the people. Like
it's bad though. I think I'm like, what do they call it? They call it something. Like, I don't know what it's called, but like I feel it. Like anytime somebody feels pain, like I feel it in my chest right now. Like
yeah,
I feel saddening in my.
I feel like
heart.
something that I've always like known I could feel was like Sonder, you know, and I always felt that, but I never like seen anyone else speak about that feeling of Sonder, and I feel like Lily's the only other person that I've seen experience that same feeling, and I feel like that's what makes you human, you know, that's what makes people good people, being able to understand the pain of others.
It's an empath. That's what it's called.
Well, yeah, but like
no, but like that's what I feel like I have too.
No, yeah, but like Sonder's like exactly what is up with this thing? But Sonder's like the exact like word for it.
Yeah, because they call it. I've looked it up before because I was always curious why I would cry for other people when I didn't even know what was going on. But it's called the empath. Like you feel other people's pain without knowing much. It just you feel it, and I could feel it in my soul. Like even for animals, like I told Gio, like so many animals, like I've cried for them, and it's not even like I'm trying to, but I feel their pain. Like it's so weird. Like with anything, like I feel it and I cry about it, and like I always like was so mad about like being so sensitive. Like that's what I've always been called, is like sensitive. You're sensitive, but it's just like I feel for other people. I feel for other things, other animals. Like I just have that. I don't know why, but I do, and I feel like I thought it was like a curse, but it's kind of like a gift because it's not like I'm gonna sit here and be cold-hearted to you and lie and be like, oh well, your life was hard, but fuck that, you know. It's kind of like I feel for you.
Well, yeah, and I think that's a beautiful thing too, like, you know, because I feel like that's one thing about a lot of people nowadays is like
they're so heartless.
Everyone's just like they don't care unless it has something to do with them, you know. And unless it's affecting them, they won't care about it. And I feel like that's something crazy that I noticed too. Like Lily and I, we weren't I don't think we were like this, like obviously we weren't together, but like we also didn't talk about the topic. We kind of just like met in the middle about it, but like about the, you know, the boycotts and everything, and you know, Palestine, the whole genocide and everything. Like I had spoken about it on live, and she spoke about it on her own behalf as well, and we talked about it at one point. This was like what, like last year, October, around
last
there.
Year, yeah.
And then we started talking about it, and I started to realize like how caring she really is, because I started like I was talking about it too, and I felt like when I talked about it on live, like at that time I had like 12,000 people in the live, and I started talking about it, and it dropped to like 4K viewers because I was talking about it.
I posted a YouTube video about it too, and it got taken down.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just feel like people just don't care unless it has to do with them, and that's what I realized about Lily. So that even if it has nothing to do with her, like she'll still care, and I think that's it shows that she's a very beautiful soul.
I cried so much for the people who passed away in the genocide. Like, it's so horrible. I just feel like it's so crazy how people could be so heartless. Like, I asked Gio and like talked to a lot of people about it. It's like, how do you not care? Like, what if that's your family, you know? I feel like you put yourself in their shoes. Like, who cares the color of the skin? Who cares anything, no matter where they are in this world? We're all human. And they're taking innocent lives. How are you sitting there and you're okay with this, you know? Like, every voice matters. And I've spoke about it, Gio has spoke about it, and I feel like that too, like the fact that Gio actually cares too, and we're not doing this for the camera. And that's why I feel like a lot of people think, like, because there's so many people that are fake on social media, we don't do this for the camera. We don't fake our relationship for the camera. We don't fake anything. We don't fake, oh, we're boycotting, and then off camera we're buying shit that we're not supposed to. No, we literally are telling you our truth on camera. Like, we actually care. This is not a trend to us. These are real fucking people, bro. And that's the thing that people don't understand.
Yeah, because I feel like when this was, because right now I don't really see a lot of people talking about the genocide anymore, but I feel like a lot of TikTokers specifically literally took it as a trend. They were only posting about it because
so they wouldn't get canceled. That's all.
Yeah, that
people are getting canceled. Yeah, that's it.
Because right now, like, not a lot of people are talking about the boycotts anymore, and like a lot of those same people are like buying from all these boycotted brands. And I don't know, I just think it's insane that like how two-faced some people could be about these topics. But
and huge creators that I don't understand how people still support a lot of people when they don't do what's right. It's like the first day it all happened, like people were just like, oh yeah, like LOL, like, and then they were just like free Palestine, and then they did one video about it, and that's it. You never heard anything about that again. But it's because of that one time that they posted that. You guys all believe that they're genuine about it too. I don't know, that's weird to me, right?
It's because it's the
one post. Oh yeah, well, they actually care about Palestine, but it's like, how do you really know that? Are they boycotting? Are they talking about it? Or making it? No, like, that's the thing. I just think it's insane how some people go and try to cancel people who aren't talking about it, but yet they're not canceling everybody who's not talking about it, or everybody who's not boycotting. Because believe it or not, you make a difference. Just one person in this whole entire world of billions of people make a difference. Because you guys say to yourselves, oh Gio, you helped me not end my life today. Or you guys tell me, oh Lily, you helped me not end my life today. It's like one person could save a life. One person's words of wisdom literally can help you or save you or anything. Yeah,
and I feel like that's like an ignorant mentality that a lot of people have, that they're like, oh, I'm just one person,
or
like,
oh, if I say it, I won't make a difference. Right. Like, yes you will, and yes you could.
Like, something that a lot of people don't realize is that there's power in numbers, even if it's just 1 or 2 or 3, but that's still something,
Right.
So yeah, but
I think today was a great topic.
Yeah, I think that is a good topic.
It's reality, y'all.
I didn't expect it to, get this deep, but, I feel like these are good conversations to have that a lot of people, I'm sure, think about, and they struggle with certain things like that, but they won't truly face that issue, like it'll just be like, they're just so caught up in responsibilities and this and that they won't even realize it. But
not just that, I just feel like people, like we talked about, people just talk about over the surface type of stuff, but it's like, in the end of the day, we are all human beings. We all go through some of the same similar struggles. Talking about it can actually make other people feel like they're not alone, because you're not alone. Like, you're really not alone. Mental health matters, y'all. That's why there was a whole month about talking about mental health and mental health awareness. Like, your mental health really matters. And stuff like this should be talked about, and I feel like we should talk about things like this more and more. Yeah. Real life stuff. A lot of people are saying we should start a podcast, and I agree. Hey, maybe we could start talking about certain topics.
Well, yeah, maybe.
It doesn't matter if the views are low on those videos, as long as we are spreading word and you are being seen and you're being heard and you're being related to, you know?
Yeah.
And you feel like you're not alone. That's all that matters. We could literally call the podcast You're Not Alone. And just talk about the whole thing, everything, like in depth of how we feel about our lives, what we've gone through, what other people gone through. We could even read stories about your guys' lives and talk about it and tell you what we think could be some great advice for you to take, or real life issues, because I feel like nobody does that anymore. Unless they're getting canceled, then they want to talk about shit, but it's like, come on now. Come on now.
I feel like that's the reason why, like, one person, like, that genuinely helped me was X, like, no glaze or nothing, but, like...
No, that's not glazed, though.
Like, but, obviously that's what people say, but, like, back at that time where fuckery was so glorified, like, he would actually talk about mental health, and I think that he was, like, well, in our generation at least, he was, like, one of the first people to break that barrier about not being embarrassed to talk about it. Because I feel like after that, people actually started embracing, like, talking about their feelings, Back then, it was like, no one cared. It was just like, oh, like, I don't know. I just think that a lot of stupid stuff was so glorified, and that's what was cool, and that's what people would do for attention.
I remember, too, listening, like, when I was very sad, I would listen to his album, The 17, and all that, like, all that sad shit. Like, I remember, like, listening and crying and stuff. It's just, like, that's crazy how he's not even alive and he's still a role model. Like,
yeah.
It's insane. It's amazing though, because look, one person changed the way he thought. One person could change anything and everything.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. And now you're helping people and spreading word.
Yeah.
And it continues on, and you can help other people. Don't feel like you shouldn't talk about these things, because you should. We are all human. That's the thing. People need to understand that we're all human. We all go through the same shit.
Yep.
Just different timelines, different situations, different things, but we're all the same.
And I feel like that's literally what Zero X is about, like equality, like everyone's equals. And I feel like that's why I'm like really happy that I made that, and I really like Bad Bitch and the whole message behind it.
That's crazy how we have our own messages about our things. Yeah, Bad Bitch is, I think y'all know already. It's like just being yourself, loving yourself. Like, you're unique, and it's because you're you. And you matter. You matter. No matter what, you matter. I think both of the messages, especially because if they're, oh my gosh, especially if you guys are Bad Bitches and you're also part of like the Zero X movement, like I feel like there's two different messages, but they combine as like one beautiful big message, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I feel like what makes me feel way more amazing, and what makes me feel like we'll last a long time doing social media, is that we're really genuine and we really care about you guys. Like, and it's insane how much I care about them and they don't even know.
It is crazy, because I feel like something that I always think about too is like the fact that like on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, like everyone's labeled an influencer, right? But what do some people influence?
A lot of bad things.
Just drama, basically. And I don't know, I feel like if I'm ever like in a situation where I'm in the wrong, like drama or whatever, obviously I'm always gonna, like, I wanna admit to my wrongdoings and then like grow from that, even if I get bashed, like I wouldn't care. Like, I just want to be a better person. I want to show that like I'm genuine and I want what's best for everyone,
I don't label myself as an influencer, but
me either, but
I would definitely label myself as a bad bitch for sure. I'm just trying to spread the word, and just spread positivity and comedy and make you forget about your real life issues and what's going on at home and everything.
Yeah.
But also we want to spread reality to you guys, like what's really going on. We can't just pretend it's all fucking flowers and fucking sunshines, because it's not, unfortunately. I wish it could be like that for you guys. Like, I wish I could create a new world where we are all happy and loving and accepting of each other, but unfortunately in this world, it's not even the world, it's the people in the world, on the world, that don't make it possible.
Yeah, but I mean, I think what we could do is just keep spreading positivity and hope that people come along with
And
the
spread
ride
the
and
same
just
word.
yeah, basically.
That was a good video today.
Yeah, I think this is a good topic of discussion, and I know that for a lot of people this might be boring, but I feel like there's definitely going to be like at least a few people out here that would really like to hear this conversation.
Or would understand or have gone through
Yeah.
it or anything.
So our house is
Broken.
yeah.
My table is broken. But that was pretty fun. Now my fingers look like I just put my finger in my booty cheeks. Gio, we're gonna have to clean more. Gio!
Alright guys, so I guess that's it. Our house is a mess, but it was fun anyways.
She still slayed though.
Yes,
She still slayed.
Yeah. So thanks for joining me, sweetheart.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you guys for watching.
Let us know if we should do a podcast though.
Or anything at all. Whatever videos you guys want to see or anything, like just let us know and we'll do it. But yeah. Bye guys.